Hi there, it's Denise again from managingsalespeople.com and New Manager Secrets. Continuing with the Sales Manager Challenges theme that we've been running over the past week or so. And video 3, and this is the one for new and aspiring sales managers. Because we know we have a lot of you guys on our list, and just pose the question, is this really the job for you? My suspicion will be yes. But anyway, let's cover off some of the challenges that you guys have as new sales managers. I think one of the key things is lack of support and development. Quite often what happens is when you're a sales representative, you get quite a lot of attention, maybe, depending on what company you're in, and then suddenly you are catapulted into this new role with maybe a business director or sales director who's so busy they just really don't have time to coach and develop you. And it can be a bit of a lonely place. You've gone from being a member of a team to suddenly being on your own and the boss. So not always an easy situation. You're completely out of your comfort zone, and you're moving from a selling role to a managing role. And quite often what happens when people are in this situation, they're outside the comfort zone, they start to micromanage, which can be one of the real challenges. And I know that a couple of you guys mentioned that in the challenges that you sent to us, that can be a real issue for your team members as well, when suddenly your experienced guys get micromanaged. They don't like it. Strategy versus tactics. Now, I know as salespeople, you will have employed a lot of strategy in how you've worked your business areas and business regions, and yet the majority of things that you're doing would have been tactical. Now you have to sort of chunk up quite a bit as a sales manager and leader, and start to really think about the strategic position that you take and how you can work with that. Classic time management and focus, because as a sales manager you are often doing a number of things at once, and it's so vital to have focus and to be able to really prioritize and manage your time on what is going to give you the greatest results. We'll talk a little bit about that later. And this is an area I want to focus on for the remainder of this short presentation. It's all about the transition from selling to managing, coaching and leading, which are really, really different. And it's quite fascinating really that lots of people do promote their best salespeople, and hey, I have to say thank you to that, because I was one of those people. And yet there is really quite a difference between your top sales performers and your top sales managers and leaders, and let's just explore that a little bit. So, the transition from selling to managing, coaching and leading. Let's just talk through some of these one by one. First of all, how many hats do you actually wear? And it depends from organisation to organisation, but often if you've got a top salesperson, then you don't want them to just drop the accounts that they've been working on. Quite often, and I know from speaking to a number of companies that we work with, that there is an expectation that you still manage some of the accounts. Now, if you're selling one day and managing the next, it can get incredibly confusing. Different skills. I think we've already talked about the strategic element of being a sales manager, that is a lot more to the fore than being just a sales representative. You also need to be a lot more patient and a lot more caring about individuals. It's more about the team than about you, and it's about making sure that all the team work well together and you develop the team to produce the results, rather than just focusing on yourself and how you interact with individual customers. Impact, influence and rapport. Now, some of you probably in your performance reviews have this highlighted as areas that you really must focus on. And as a sales manager, the two I's in the R, as I always call them, are so vital in how you impact not only people, other stakeholders in the organisation that you're in, but also other members of your team, and how you influence them and build rapport with them. As a sales manager, it's about performance and it's about improvement of your team. So it was okay when you were a salesperson, it was just about you and about your sales and what you did. Now you're being judged on how you improve the whole team. Now obviously the way that you do this is in your ability to persuade, influence and coach your team on a consistent basis, because it's about developing them. Because at the end of the day, you cannot sell in every account. It's how you develop them to sell and really utilise all the strengths. The other thing as well that's so important when you're transitioning is a really good grasp of the business, understanding the business at a much broader level, and then being able to translate that to your sales team so that they can make sense of it and how they can actually then improve their performance. So where do you start? Okay, let's just look at some key areas that I would really strongly recommend to all of you. The first is maybe have a 360 feedback or your own self-assessment. So what are your strengths? What do you really love doing? What are you great at doing? What would you really know deep down you know you need to really improve upon, or areas that you know that if you were so much better you could really leverage all your assets? Write out your own development plan. Have a think about what are the key areas that align with your goals that if you improved would make a significant difference to your performance. Develop yourself. That is so vital. Yeah, I'm sure you can work with your manager and tell him or her the areas that you want to really work on. But at the end of the day, it's down to you to really take accountability and responsibility to develop yourself, because then you can really develop the team. Write out your goals and have a plan. I know this made me think, oh God, no, not goal setting and planning again, but I've been recently on a fast track mentoring program. And one of the key things that we do is we write out our goals and we write out a 90-day plan. And that really focuses the mind, because how can you know where you're going if you've not got a plan? The other two things I think are so important, and ones that often people miss out. Spend as much time with your team as possible, motivating them, in inverted commas, inspiring them and developing them. Then measure and monitor what you do. And those are sort of just some top starters. Obviously there's an awful lot more to becoming a great sales manager. But if you actually assess where you're at and look at what you need to do to move yourself forward, then you're making a great start. So what's next? Well, a few things. I'm going to do the next video and we're going to have something called a hot seat. So fundamentally, a number of you have sent him some specific challenges. I've got this situation at the moment, and can you help me with it? Or I have got this happening, what can I do? So we're going to cover that off in the next video. And would you like to win a free prize to help you and your team? We've mentioned probably a few times that we're going to be launching a series of products in the next 12-18 months. And we're launching a product which is around sales coaching, and it's not just a product, it's actually a home study course, and we're going to give a copy away free and worth quite a lot of money. So you imagine what that can do for you is having a coaching system that is easy to use through a home study manual. Well, what we're going to do is have a little competition. So we'd like you to post on the blog, and it's and just below at managingsalespeople.com, and give us the 3 main areas that you feel having a copy of our sales coaching home study course would help you. Make sure you join our list as well, and that's just at the top of the blog on the right hand side. So at least we've got all your name details, and we can capture that. And let us know, just post on the blog, let us know what those 3 areas are. So I hope this has proved useful for you, and we're probably going to be doing quite a few more of these over the next weeks and months. So enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll no doubt talk soon. Take care then.